Well, good day there. Welcome to a new video. Today we are going to see what is the fastest speed in Brawl Stars. From the very slowest to the very fastest, and including projectile speeds. And then, by the way, we're going to be using these numbers as a measurement. And if you don't really know what it means, don't worry. Let me explain. So let's just say this BB has about a normal speed of 720. Now, 720, what this speed means is that it equals to the amount of pixels you travel per second. So the higher the number, the faster the brawler is. Now, as we do know, we know that one tile in the game is equal to 300 pixels. So if the normal speed is 720, to work out the amount of pixels per tiles per second, you get 720 divided by 300 pixels to get the normal movement speed of 2.4 tiles per second. Now you understand. Let's start with the slowest brawler. Now the very slowest brawler is 8-bit, moving at 580 or 1.93 tiles per second. Following up with that, we've got Gris, which is Juju's pet voodoo doll, 610, which is the same speed as Bruce's bear, which is Nita's pet, also 610. A little bit ahead, we've got Clyde in his cannon form, or Bonnie in the cannon form, which is Clyde, 620 speed, which is the same as Buster's super, 620, and Surge at level 1 as well. Now that we've got Lola's ego, that's 700, that is an estimate. I'm not too sure. Anyway, Nita's hypercharged bear gets a 15% boost, which makes it 702 speed. Next then we got the normal movement speed, which is actually 720, which I've said before. So that's the normal movement speed in the game. Following up with that, we've got the fast movement speed of 770, which is only 50 pixels faster than the normal one. And then Hank's star power, which is 792 or 2.64 tiles per second, with the help of his star power. Then we got the very fast movement speed, which is like Crow, Leon, most assassins, 820, 2.73 tiles per second. Following up with that is an extra 10 pixels faster, 830 with Grom. Then we've got Melody with 3 notes with her star power, so that's 850 speed. That's pretty fast actually for a star power. Then we got Draco in his dragon form with 864 or 2.88 tiles per second. Dark here we've got 870, but of course I forgot to put the star power in this recording, so it's exactly the same speed as Tara's shadows. So anyway, BB's speed is 920 or 3.06 tiles per second, and following up with that is Lily with the star power, and even faster than that was Sam with his super speed, with the speed boost he gets when he shoots out a super. So Enrico with his Robo Retreat star power, moving at an incredible speed of 970, which is exactly the same speed as El Primo after he uses a super stacked with the star power. Next we got Cordelis when he uses his super and he's in the Shadow Realm, he gets a slightly faster speed boost. And following up with that is at exactly 1000 speed is Mr. P's Porters. Then we get Colt's Hypercharge, which is a little bit faster, and surprisingly enough, this is actually exactly the same as Stu with his hypercharge with the speed booster gadget as well. And 1 pixel faster than that is Juju with her gadget while in the water. Next we got Chester with the candy beans, moving at 3.4 tiles per second. And then we got Ego with his super. For only 2 seconds, you only get same speed for only 2 seconds. Anyway, Miko's super is just a tiny bit faster, nothing much. And Shade super is 1066, 3.55 tiles per second, single use. Leon super is slightly faster, and Sandy super is a fair bit faster when you stack it with the hypercharge, so that's while in the storm. BB with the hypercharge is exactly the same speed as Sandy, so that's a good reference if you want to know. And Max with the regular super is just a tiny tad faster than those two. Then we've got Melody with the 6 notes, a hypercharge, and the star power, moving a tiny bit faster than those. Then we got Rico with his star power, moving just 3 pixels or 2 pixels faster than that. And then we've surprisingly got a Jackie with hypercharge and the new gadget. so moving 1 pixel faster. And then we got El Primo, which actually surprisingly moves a bit faster than Rico, which I thought they would be the same speed. Anyway, we got Tick's head moving at 4 tiles per second, which is the same as Ash's rats, also 4 tiles per second. We got Edgar with his super, which moves a tiny bit faster while in the super. Yeah. Angelo with his hypercharge, plus while he's on the water, moves a bit faster. And Leon with his hypercharge with the speed star power moves a fair bit faster. And then we got Mo with a 1300 speed. This has happened with the star power plus his attack, which gives him an insane speed boost. And then we got Max's hypercharge, which is only like a little bit faster than the Mo itself, so that's pretty surprising. Then we've got Janet, which is the one that surprised me, 1400 speed, which is pretty fast, which is exactly the same speed as Mr. Tick's head while it's hypercharged. And then we got Kyle with his super. While he's in spinning mode, he goes twice as fast as his normal speed, so. And then we got the slowest projectile in the game, Ems's, which moves 1500 or 5 tiles per second, which is pretty slow. Then we got Chuck with the second slowest projectile, moving only a tiny bit faster, but however, this is actually the exact same speed as Janet with her hypercharge while in the super, so that's pretty cool. And then we've got Bull with his dash, moving only a tiny bit faster than Janet, which is 6 tiles per second. Then we've got regular or most dash gadgets moving at 2000. Next we've got Spike's regular attack moving just a tiny bit faster than that. And we got the new brawler Ollie, which moves a little bit faster. And Daryl is obviously 100 pixels faster than that. Next we got Nani with his super, so this is the super speed at his max range, so that ends up being 2500 or 8.33 tiles per second, which is actually the same as Poco's projectile speed for reference. Next we got Brock's projectile speed moving at 9 tiles per second, 2700, and surprisingly Morris's dash moves at the exact same speed as 2, so that's another thing to know. Nia's projectile moves tiny bit faster than that. It's almost unnoticeable. And Bo's moves actually a bit faster than I thought, you know. I thought it was a bit slower. Anyway, Bull's is a lot slower than I thought, being only the tiniest amount more than Bo. However, Jesse's is actually kind of not that. However, when you bounce the Jesse shot, it's actually a bit slower. Obviously, we know that. And BB's projectile bobble super moves at 10 tiles per second, and that's pretty cool. You know what else is cool? Larry and Laurie's gadget moving 10 tiles per second while he's dashing. So that's a pretty fast speed, and yeah, that's pretty cool. Griff only moving a tiny bit faster with his regular attack, and Gene following it up with his regular attack as well, and pretty good. Then we got B with the slightly faster, I don't know why it's such a specific number, but anyway. Stu with his slightly faster, his dash is 3000 by the way, it's not the same as his regular attack. This is also the same as Carl with his regular attack, and that's with his star power, which is the same as Chester. Man, this is just going too fast for me. Okay, then we got Rico with his regular attack. The bounce shots do not increase the projectile speed by the way, so that ends up being the same. Then we've got Sandy with the 3500 or 11.66 tiles, which is actually the same as Leon and Janet as well, and Amber surprisingly. So yeah, so it goes to show how fast these projectiles are, and a tiny bit faster than that is Otis with 12 tiles per second, and zooming past is Chuck with 3700, which is exactly the same speed as what Melody does when she dashes, so that's pretty interesting. Next we got Cordelius' attack, which is a slightly faster speed, and it's probably one of the most unique speeds in the game. And then we got the regular marksman speed, which is basically like a Piper shot, so it's 4000, which is also the same as Fang's dash speed when he uses his super. And then we got Squeak's regular attack as well, which is also technically there, as well as Gus's regular attack, which I honestly think they need to nerf that because that is way too fast. Then we got Pam's, which is a surprising one because her projectiles go a bit faster than and then we got Buster, which actually is pretty fast projectile speed as well. And then we got Shelly with her gadget. So her gadget actually increases her projectile speed by a substantial amount, as well as Mandy's star power also increasing her projectile speed. Next then we got Colt with the star power, also increasing the projectile speed pretty substantially. And then we got RT. RT with a 15 tile per second is pretty fast. This is actually the same as Lola and 8-bit, so that's good to know. They're fast projectile speeds, as well as Buzz' super ways pulling enemies. Then we've got the Colt super, which does the same as Rico's super at 16.3 tiles per second. It's pretty fast actually. It gets even faster with Mandy's super being 5000 or 16.66 tiles per second, which is the same as Ash's attack as well, and actually Frank's regular attack. But this gets even faster when we pair Mortis's hypercharge with his super and the mythic gear. You get 5250. Even faster than that, we get Frank with his super at 6000 or 20 tiles per second, and the fastest so far is 8000 with the Kenji super dash. Now quite possibly the fastest brawler is being Shade. Shade, as I mentioned before, is able to stack his super to basically not stacking his super but stacking the speed of the super, so it can be unlimited, but as we thought, well, it turns out it's not actually true. Let me explain. So on release, you could actually stack the super up to 30 times. This was Shade's normal speed being 820, and now every time you increase the speed, will increase by 30%. Now 30% of 820 is actually 246. As we know, the super can stack 30 times. So the total amount of speed he's able to stack up is 820 plus 246 times 30, which equals to a total of a whopping 8,200 or 27.33 tiles per second, which actually crowns him to be the fastest speed. But not for long. As we know, this new brawler actually somehow changes projectile speed, so, you know, who would have guessed? So, I was watching his Brawl Talk and watching his replay through the Brawl Talk, and I noticed this little video here when he actually one half of the projectile goes through. So as you can see that the projectile went through it is actually the one that went through the super. So I did some quick analysis on this, and I concluded that he goes 50% faster, which if we were to put this in a scenario, would say the fastest projectile speed is Frank super, which is 6000 tiles. If we times this by a 1 or 6000 add by a 50%, that gives you a maximum potential speed of 9000 or 30 tiles per second. So there you go. That's possibly the highest speed in the game. And if you guys like this content, do remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all guys next time.